Maya had stopped feeling the cold weeks ago. When the wind sliced across the empty bus stop, she simply pulled her thin jacket tighter and lowered her eyes. She had been homeless for 4 months, long enough to learn how to disappear into crowds, ignore whispers, and sleep anywhere hope couldn't reach her. Tonight, she sat on the metal bench, clutching a half-eaten sandwich she was saving for later. Her hair was tangled, her cheeks pale, and her eyes held a tired sadness she had grown used to. Across the street, families laughed as they walked into warm houses. Cars passed. No one looked at her. No one ever did, until one small voice broke through the silence. "Hi, a broken bar." Maya looked up. A tiny girl, maybe 6, stood inches away, holding a stuffed rabbit with one button eye. She wore pink boots, a puffy jacket, and a bright smile too big for the gloomy night. Maya immediately sat up straighter. "Sweetheart, where's your mom? You shouldn't talk to strangers." The girl blinked, then pointed to the bench proudly. "You were crying, so I came." "A broken bar." "I wasn't crying," Maya whispered, wiping her cheek quickly. "You were." "My mommy says crying people need hugs." Before Maya could protest, the girl wrapped her small arms around her waist. Maya froze and then felt something crack inside her. No one had hugged her in months. "What's your name?" Maya asked gently. "Lily." "Well, Lily, thank you, but really, you should go back to your mom." Lily shook her head. "I don't have a mommy anymore." Maya's breath caught. "Oh, a broken bar. I'm so sorry." Lily stepped back, studying her with big thoughtful eyes. "You look lonely. A broken bar just like me." Maya forced a smile. "Yeah, I guess I am." Lily held out her stuffed rabbit. "You can borrow Mr. Buttons. When I'm sad, he helps." Maya took it slowly, her hands trembling. "Thank you, sweetheart." "You're very kind." But Lily wasn't finished. She leaned closer, her voice soft and serious. "You need a homie. A broken bar." She placed her tiny hand on Maya's knee. "And I need a mommy." Maya stared at her, stunned. "That's a broken bar not how it works." Lily nodded confidently. "But maybe it can." At that moment, a voice shouted from behind them. "Lily, what did I tell you about wandering off?" A man in a suit, disheveled, exhausted, ran toward them, his face pale with worry. Lily sighed. "That's Daddy." Maya's heart raced. "Your father?" "Oh no, he must be worried sick." But when the man saw Maya, his expression changed. Not anger, not suspicion, recognition. "Maya," he whispered. She blinked. "Do broken bar, do I know you?" He swallowed hard. "You knew me, a long time ago." Lily tugged his sleeve. "Daddy, she needs a home, and I need a mommy." The man's eyes filled with something Maya couldn't name, and the world suddenly shifted. Maya stared at the man as if he had spoken in another language. The street light above them flickered, casting a halo of pale yellow over the three of them. Lily hummed softly as she played with her rabbit's missing button eye, completely unaware of the tension forming in the air. The man took a slow step forward. "It's me, broken bar, Daniel Harper," he said quietly. "We were in foster care together, remember?" The world tilted slightly under Maya's feet. Foster care. A small, dusty memory pushed forward. A lanky 15-year-old boy with dark hair, a shy smile, and a stitched-up backpack. The boy who shared his snacks with her when she had none. The boy who once punched a kid for calling her trash. The boy who promised they'd escape the system together. And the boy who was gone one morning without warning. Maya's lips parted. "Danielle, broken bar?" He nodded, his eyes softening with painful nostalgia. "I've been looking for you for years." Maya didn't know how to respond. Her throat felt like it was closing. Part of her wanted to hug him, to grab onto a familiar face in her cold life. Another part wanted to run because running was easier than remembering. "Daddy knows you?" Lily asked curiously, eyes wide as she scanned between them. Daniel sighed and finally crouched beside his daughter. "Yeah, sweetheart." "Maya was a broken bar, someone very important to me a long time ago." The words struck Maya harder than she expected. "Important?" she whispered. "You disappeared. You didn't even say goodbye." Daniel winced. "I didn't have a choice." His voice cracked, just a little, enough that Maya felt it. "I was adopted overnight," he continued. "They just a broken bar took me. I asked about you every day, but no one told me where you were moved. He hesitated. I never stopped wondering. Maya felt her chest tighten. Her eyes watered despite her efforts. Lily leaned closer to her father and whispered loudly, "Daddy, are you crying?" He cleared his throat, embarrassed. "No, bug, just a broken bar cold." But Maya knew the difference between cold and heartbreak. She lived in both. Daniel stood up again, his expression turning serious. "When I saw Lily talking to someone, I panicked, but in a broken bar I saw your face, and it felt like time punched me." Maya gave a shaky laugh. "Time punched you? Well, life punched me harder." Her voice cracked on the last word. Daniel frowned, looking at her layered clothes of the mismatched jacket, the thin shoes, the trembling fingers. He stepped closer. "Maya, broken bar, you're homeless?" Maya's instincts flared. She immediately straightened, her jaw tightening. "I'm fine." He shook his head. "You're not," she snapped. "I said I'm fine, Daniel." Silence fell between them. Not angry silence, not uncomfortable silence, just the kind of silence two people share when they're full of words they don't know how to say. Lily broke it first. "Daddy?" She didn't need a mommy. Daniel blinked. "Honey, that's not what she meant." "Yes, it is," Lily insisted. She trotted toward Maya and gently took her hand. "She's alone." "I can tell." "I'm alone too." Maya knelt to meet her eyes. "You're not alone, sweetheart. You have your dad." Lily's face dimmed. "But Daddy is always sad." Daniel stiffened. Maya looked up at him, confused. "Sad? Why?" Lily answered before he could. "Because Mommy got sick and went to heaven." Maya's breath left her body. Daniel stared at the ground, jaw clenched. His eyes shimmered with tears he didn't dare shed. "I'm sorry," Maya whispered softly. "I didn't know." "You couldn't have known," he murmured. "It happened 2 years ago." "Cancer, fast." He rubbed his daughter's shoulder gently. Lily was only 4. The little girl leaned onto Maya as if she had known her forever. "And now we're 2 lonely halves," she said sadly. Maya felt something inside her crack open an ache she hadn't allowed herself to feel for years. She placed a hand gently on Lily's cheek. "Oh, honey, a broken bar." Lily's tiny voice quivered. "I miss having a mommy brush my hair, and read me stories, and tuck me in." Maya felt tears forming and blinked them away quickly, but Lily noticed. "Daddy says it's okay if I miss mommy, because missing means love." Daniel gave a small, broken smile at his daughter's words. Maya whispered, "He's right." "But what about you?" Lily asked innocently. "Who do you miss?" The question stabbed through Maya like ice. She swallowed hard. "Yeah, broken bar don't have anyone to miss," she said quietly. Lily looked devastated for her, completely devastated, like it was the worst tragedy imaginable. "That's even sadder," she said, her voice trembling. Maya reached out and hugged the little girl without thinking. Lily melted into her arms as if she'd been waiting her whole life for that one hug. Daniel watched them, his eyes soft and heavy with memories. "I can't just leave you out here," he finally said. Maya stiffened. "Daniel, don't. Please." "I don't need pity." "This isn't pity," he said firmly. "It feels like it." He shook his head sharply. "It feels like fate giving me a second chance." He hesitated. "To help the one person who always helped me." Maya scoffed. "I didn't help you." "You did," he insisted. "You were the only friend I had, the only one who cared. You defended me when others bullied me. You shared your food. You sat with me when I cried." His voice dropped lower. "And I left you without saying goodbye." Maya looked away. "I survived." "No," Daniel said gently. "You endured." "There's a difference." His honesty pierced through her. Lily tugged Maya's sleeve impatiently. "You can come home with us." Maya shook her head quickly. "No, sweetheart, I can't." "But you need a home," Lily repeated softly, as if stating a fact. Then she pressed her small palm to Maya's chest. "And your heart is cold, like Daddy's was." Maya's breath hitched. Daniel stepped closer. "Just come home for one night. One warm meal. One shower." He lifted his hands defensively. "No pressure, no obligations, just a broken bar safety." "I don't want to be a burden," Maya whispered. "You won't be," he said. "You don't know that." "Maybe not." His eyes softened. "But I want to find out." The sincerity in his voice shook her. She didn't trust the world anymore. but something about Daniela, the same protective softness from their childhood, it felt real, familiar, safe. Lily added, "And maybe you can tuck me into bed tonight." Maya's eyes filled with tears she tried to hide. This little girl a broken bar, this man she once knew a broken bar, this moment of unexpected kindness a broken bar. It was all too much. Daniel extended his hand slowly. "Maya," he said softly, "let me help you." She stared at his hand. Her pulse raced, her stomach twisted, her heart trembled, because for the first time in years a broken bar, someone wasn't walking away. Someone was reaching. And Maya, shivering, exhausted, last finally allowed herself to breathe. She placed her hand in his. Daniel exhaled shakily, relief flooding his face. Lily clapped her hands, delighted. "Yay, now we won't be lonely anymore." Maya managed a fragile smile, but deep down, she knew this night was going to change everything, in ways she couldn't yet imagine. Daniel's car hummed softly as it pulled into the driveway of a cozy, two-story home with warm yellow lights glowing through the windows. Maya's breath caught. She hadn't seen a place that felt so alive, so comforting, in years. Everything from the little potted plants on the porch to the wind chimes that tinkled in the gentle breezes seemed to promise safety. Lily jumped from her booster seat the moment Daniel opened the door. "We're home, and now you are home too." Maya blinked, startled. "Oh, sweetheart, I'm just staying for the night." "Nope," Lily declared. "You're staying forever." "Daddy said so." Daniel groaned softly. "I did not say that." Lily ignored him and grabbed Maya's hand, tugging her inside. The warm air hit Maya first, soft, scented with lavender and something sweet. A lit fireplace crackled quietly. Family photos lined the hallway. Lily as a newborn. Lily's first steps. Lily hugging a woman, her mother, whose gentle smile seemed to fill the entire home. Maya paused at that picture. Daniel stalked beside her, face softening. "That's Emily." "She was beautiful," Maya whispered. "She was," he replied. "And she would have loved you." The words felt like a soft blade slipping between her ribs, gentle but deep. Lily tugged on Maya's sleeve again. "I want to show you something." Before Maya could respond, she was dragged into a small pink bedroom filled with stuffed animals. Lily opened a drawer and pulled out a tiny plastic tiara. "This is Mommy's princess crown. Daddy says I shouldn't wear it unless it's a super special." Lily approached Maya slowly. "So today is super special." "And me?" Maya stammered. "Why?" "Because you're the first person who hugged me like Mommy used to." Maya's eyes burned instantly. She knelt, fighting the trembling in her chest. "Sweetheart, I can't take something so precious." "It's not for taking," Lily said, gently placing the tiara on Maya's head. "It's for borrowing, until your heart smiles again." Maya's breath caught. This little girl, a broken bar, this small, brave, open-hearted child, a broken bar had given her more warmth in an hour than the world had in years. Daniel leaned in the doorway, watching them with an unreadable expression, as something between gratitude and grief. "Come on," he said softly. "There's something I want to show you too." He led her to the kitchen where a pot of soup simmered on the stove. "I made this earlier for tomorrow. But a broken bar, we can share it tonight." Maya stared at the steaming bowl he placed in front of her. She hadn't eaten a warm meal in weeks. "Thank you," she whispered. Daniel sat across from her, elbows on the table. "I meant what I said earlier. I've been looking for you." Maya took a small sip of soup, warmth spreading through her chest. "Why?" she asked quietly. "Why look for someone who's nothing now?" Daniel's brows tightened. "You think you are nothing?" Maya shrugged, staring down at her bowl. "I lost my job, then my apartment, my savings. I tried everything, Daniel, everything. But life kept knocking me down faster than I could stand up." Her voice cracked. "People walk past me now like I'm furniture." Daniel shook his head firmly. "You're not nothing. You're Maya, the strongest person I knew, the girl who survived everything life threw at her." His voice softened. "And you're still standing." Maya swallowed hard. "I don't always feel like I'm standing." "Then let me stand with you," he said gently. Her breath faltered. He meant it. She could see it in his eyes, the sincerity, the honesty, The regret of losing her once and the fear of losing her again. Lily suddenly ran into the room wearing pajamas and holding a toothbrush. "Daddy." "Ma, yeah, bedtime." Daniel chuckled. "Go brush your teeth then." "But Ma, yeah has to tuck me in," Lily declared. Ma, yeah blinked. "And me? I don't am Noda." "Please," Lily asked with those giant doe eyes. And that was how Ma, yeah found herself sitting beside Lily's small bed, gently brushing the girl's hair as she snuggled with Mr. Buttons. Lily whispered, "Ma, yeah, yes, sweetheart, you can stay forever, right?" Ma's throat tightened painfully. "I don't know, baby, but you want to a broken bar, right?" Ma hesitated. Lily turned and pressed her tiny hand to Ma's cheek. "You smiled a little today." Mommy said smiles come from home. Daniel stood silently in the doorway, listening. Lily yawned, curling under the covers. "Good night, a broken bar, Mommy, a broken bar." The room froze. Ma's breath stopped. Daniel took a step. "Lily, honey, I'm sleepy," Lily mumbled, already drifting off. "Good night, Daddy, a broken bar, Mommy, a broken bar." Ma couldn't move. Her heart hammered painfully against her ribs. When Lily finally fell asleep, Daniel gently guided Ma out of the room and closed the door. He looked at her with a deep, silent ache. "I'm so sorry," he whispered. "She misses Emily every day. She doesn't mean any harm." Ma wiped her eyes, shaking. "It's okay. She's just a child." She paused. "A child who needs something I can't give." Daniel stepped closer. "Ma, broken bar, you gave her something tonight she hasn't felt in years." "What?" "Safety, warmth, a mother's comfort." Ma's breaths grew shallow. "She deserves better than someone like me." Daniel's voice dropped. She deserves someone who loves her, someone gentle, someone who knows pain and won't let her feel it alone." His eyes locked onto hers. "And that someone might be you." Ma turned away, overwhelmed. "I can't, a broken bar, I don't belong here." Daniel gently took her hand. "You belong wherever someone cares about you." He hesitated. "And I care, Ma, I always have, even after all these years." Ma's eyes widened. He continued softly, "I don't want you to leave. Not tonight, not tomorrow, not ever." "But I'm broken," she whispered. "So am I," he replied. "Maybe we can fix each other." Her chest tightened. Tears spilled silently. Daniel lifted her chin gently with trembling fingers. "I don't want to lose you again." Ma didn't trust her voice, so she said nothing. Instead, she leaned into him just slightly, barely, but enough. His arms wrapped around her, warm and steady, as if they had been waiting for her all along. She closed her eyes, letting herself feel something she hadn't felt in years. Home, real home, the kind that had nothing to do with walls or roofs, but with hearts. Daniel whispered into her hair, "Stay." Ma trembled. "A broken bar, I want to." "Then do," he murmured. She nodded slowly, her tears soaking into his shirt. Down the hall, Lily shifted in her sleep and whispered a dream-soft word, "Mommy, a broken bar." And for the first time in years Ma didn't feel like running. She felt like staying, like belonging, like maybe broken bar, just maybe broken bar. Lily was right. She needed a home. And Lily needed a mommy. And Daniel, he needed hope. 3 broken hearts, 3 missing pieces, and somehow miraculously they fit.